Hey guys, how are you today? Welcome once again to another episode of The Hustle Life. Today I am on the road, as you see, hustling and buffing. Now, it has turned out to be pretty interesting. As you see, every day it's a different situation in my life, and that's one of the things that I like. The factor of uncertainty and having a surprise, a complete unpredictable situation. Sometimes, not all the time. I'm pretty good with my schedule, so. But nevertheless, sometimes, we get situations like this one where I have to incorporate activities that were not part of my day, my schedule, and I have to adapt and execute. So today I have to say, it's really annoying when you're on the road and for some reason your phone doesn't communicate with the satellites and you ended up in a different place altogether. I took a different route actually today, and it's such a drag because I lost 45 minutes. And because I'm going to a new location, I was not 100% sure if I should have followed my GPS or not. But here we are. So I guess it happens to the brightest of all of us. Anyway, I'm 45 minutes behind my appointment, so I'm on my way, and I already called them up. But it's kind of annoying at times, and I just wanted to bring that up for some reason, just to vent it out. Anyway, guys, regarding the hustle life, I just wanted to discuss with you living a thrifty life and as simple as possible. Yeah, you want to minimize clutter. Yeah, you want to organize yourself. Yes, indeed, you want to get rid of the things that you don't need. But remember that this is about moving and creating opportunities for you to generate money. And if you have to sell your stuff, by all means, get rid of it and make a little money in the process. On the other hand, unless you are wealthy and you already went through this whole process and you're in a financial position where you can say, you know what, I can definitely afford it. So go ahead, and invest your money. Even then, you still have to be careful how you spend it because, if you spend and you don't make sure that it's replenished, then you're going to end up with nothing. Now, for simple mortals like me, I came up with these thoughts that may be able to help you guys a little bit if you're interested in, saving money and generating money to help you get through this journey, because it's not going to be a free ride, especially when you're taking time to create your destiny, create the life that you want. It takes a while. And I heard today from a successful channel on YouTube that people who go into YouTube assuming that they're going to make money from the get-go are in a dreamland. Not to mention that YouTube have updated their monetized guides or terms, Nowadays, you cannot make money like they used to from the get-go. Now you gotta have certain credentials. They have to approve you. And the worst of it all is, like in my case, I have 2 channels and I am producing videos daily on both. So I was hopeful that, okay, I'm going to try to maximize my time since I'm putting a lot of content out. So I'm going to try to keep it balanced and monetize my 2 channels. Guess what? They don't allow you to monetize both channels. They only allow you to monetize one. And here we are. So I will most likely be generating content basically for free. But you know what? I thought about it. I could have, move it to the channel that is monetized. But in reality, I'm doing this for the love, for the process, for the experience. more than anything else. My hustle is going to come from multiple sources, not just YouTube. But I do also know that the time that I'm investing, grinding, it's going to perfect my craft. So I don't mind at the end of the day, So here we are. I wanted to give you an idea. For instance, living thrifty and simply. If you have a space where you reside and you want to take advantage of the space where you live, you got to think also, how am I going to generate money from this space? And if you need it, obviously, to get you by, you need to find a way to create a space that you can actually make money of. If you have a business that you're running from home, you can save money at the end of the year using, with your taxes by claiming expenses from your business that you may be running from home. Also, you may want to utilize the extra space that you have at home. Maybe you have a room to spare. Maybe your kids are moving out. Maybe you don't have, the need to use the whole space, and you want to facilitate your available space for rental, for people who are traveling, for people who may need save some money, because it's a give and take. You may feel that you don't want to give up your spot, but you can't make the money if you don't. So you have to be willing to work things out. So a good advice will be, or a good site for you to use, to benefit from that, will be Airbnb. I happen to like Airbnb because they screen the people who participate within the community. But I had to say that there are all kinds of people. Nevertheless, you have to learn the rules so that you operate within the parameters that they establish. However, it is a pretty safe place to make money. I mean, you have an extra place, and the funny thing is that, there are all kinds of people for all kinds of houses or arrangements. I've seen people people offering couches, people offering a bed, some form of mattress on a floor in a hallway. Okay, I've seen obviously gorgeous rooms, gorgeous apartments, and it's cool because it is flexible. It's not set in a stone. And if you are looking for a place to crash and you can afford a hotel, by all means, as long as you feel comfortable and it is safe, why not? Not to mention that it solves a problem, but at the same time, you're helping somebody else make a little money here and there. And I think it's a good way to go. So think about that. Also, shopping in thrift shops, it's important because you save a lot of money. I seriously recommend that. Flea markets is another one. Let me tell you this, the industry for secondhand, it's a big consignment shops. It's huge. And if you're on a journey to become wealthy, it's a no-brainer for me. Your purpose should be to spend the least that you can so that you can conserve your gasoline, aka money, to take you for the long run. If you don't have to invest in a brand new vehicle, don't do it. I personally don't like doing that because the moment you pull out the car out of the dealership, start depreciating right there. So what do? I purchase vehicles, that are secondhand, that are in good condition, and for me, as long as they work and it doesn't require a major repair, I'm good to go. Right now, I am on a practical mode of existence, and if it takes me from A to B, I'm okay with that. I don't have to worry about monthly payments, except for the maintenance that you definitely have to provide to your vehicle and your insurance. But other than that, I don't see the need of people having the need of people having to buy brand new vehicles or finance them and all that. I mean, it's insane. You lose so much money in those deals, you know, especially if you're not an educated consumer. They will really rip you off. I used to be one of those victims. Not until I figured out that I don't want it to be that person anymore, you know, and that's what happened. I also I'm trying to look at my notes here because I wrote something before I left because while I'm driving, you know. Okay, also don't go crazy spending money on food. A lot of people think that they have to. No. If you want to live a simple life, you know, buy only what you need. Cook what you need. Unless you have the habit of overcooking and then saving it. Anyway, it's not really healthy, you know, to save that food for God knows how many days and freeze it. I personally like fresh food, you know. I like to cook my food from the day and eat it. That's it, done. I don't want to save it for God knows how many days in the week. But hey, to each his own. All I'm saying is that don't overexpand, because I see people have like huge budgets when it comes to food. Do you really need to? Think about it. Other than that, you know, like I said, keep it simple. And if you don't overeat, the advantage is that you don't have to buy larger sizes of clothes, because you see, the moment you start overeating and you gain weight, that creates a problem. I was very self-conscious about that. When it comes to, you know, entertaining recreational activities, for instance, alcohol, drugs, smoking, I'm not into that. Why? Because at a very young age, I was very aware and very clear. I cannot afford that kind of stuff. For me, it's a luxury. And maybe that was one of the reasons why I never thought it was interesting to get involved in that. Not to mention that it's expensive. I mean, people who have addictions, I don't know how they do it. Because most people that I know that have addictions, they're not wealthy people. And even if you were a wealthy person, I mean, having an addiction, it sucks. Because you end up spending more money than you need to. And I really rather spend my money on something worth a while, doing some good for people, or, you know, helping solve a problem within the household. I don't indulge in things that are not necessary, you know. And that's my 2 cents right there, you know. Don't engage in activities that you know they're going to cost you too much money. Be a savvy shopper. It's my recommendation. Try to simplify your life, organize, you know, get rid of the clutter. It's important to have a clean environment, and if you don't know how to do it, find somebody who can help you set up a system that you can follow. It's very simple. And, you know, once you create systems at home or anywhere, it's just a matter of putting a system in place, is just sticking to it and following through it. And then you will find that, you know, life becomes so much easier. And then you can actually invest your energy in creating sources of income if that's where you're at. You know, you can free yourself up to do other things. You know, like me, I am able to move around and do the things I can, or the things I do, because I have systems in place that work for me. And that's basically what I leave you with. Live your life, you know, obviously in a simple manner. Try not to overspend if you can't afford it. And be wise with your money, because we're living interesting times, to say the least. You know, I do know that automatization, it's coming our way. There are many changes happening in society in the next 5-10 years, and we need to be prepared with a plan B for all of that. Guys, you got to keep an eye on what's going on out there, okay? And if you have to generate sources of income, you got to start now. You can't wait for the last minute and start planning. So there you have it. I just wanted to give you those tips. I thank you once again for stopping by. You know, keep in touch, reach out when you can, drop a line if you have any suggestions, questions. I don't mind. Give me a like, and yeah, why not subscribe to my channel? It will be really nice to continue this conversation. Have a good one, and be good to yourself. Bye bye.